What's good, everyone? Welcome back to Someone's PC. My name is Russ Lepar, and with you today are two of the OG members of Someone's PC. Whew, it feels good to say that. In your middle, you'll have Mark Albright, and on your right will be Christoph Porco. We thought Dylan was going to join us, but my man's super tired, super busy, doing his thing. You know, leaving the Pokemon scene, coming back, getting second at regionals. Totally fine.
He can do what he wants.
We all thought he was going to make Worlds, and then he's just like, maybe I should try now. I'm like, all right, good for you, Dylan. Do whatever you want, bro. Report back to us with any information you have. And it's an exciting time right now in the Pokemon community, or Pokemon in general, card game, because Sun and Moon is weird. And in a good way, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like it's got some mystery to it. A little bit of, it's kind of spooky, you know. Like if Volcanion didn't exist, I think this format would be ridiculous, in a good way. Like you wouldn't be afraid to play Lurantis, Solgaleo.
I mean, doesn't that make that a good thing then?
What, that Volcanion exists?
I mean, yeah, because then I guess you want the new GXs to be a thing.
Because I don't think they would be ridiculously overpowered. Solgaleo maybe. I think he's the one thing that might be like, all right, this is kind of crap. You know, like
yeah. Mark and I have been talking about that card, and
yeah.
he's pretty good.
But like Lurantis, I think it's good.
Everywhere.
I think it's good. Like it's not ridiculous. It's just good. So
it's just good because it's a stage 1.
It's pretty beefy, dude.
I know it's beefy for stage 1.
He's Mega Manetric. But like, no Spirit Link. That's a whole new world.
I should probably play him then. Can I play him with Pyroar?
Yeah.
All right.
Now people are doing that too. You can throw a Lapras in that. But yeah, this is gonna be a very informal kind of video. Next week we're gonna present you guys with like what to test for Anaheim or what to expect, that kind of crap. No one else is going, or none of you guys. No one in the video except for me is gonna be going to Anaheim. But we will have Sosa, Drew, and I believe Azul's also going. So hopefully they can join us next week on the video with their final thoughts. But I guess to get right into it, since we're already on the Solgaleo thing, I've tested 2 decks with Solgaleo, and I think I was just trying to force Scizor to work by throwing in Lapras in it, which is like mentioned by one of my friends, Nicholas Danielson from Denmark.
Yeah.
Or Netherlands. Oh crap! I keep forgetting where he's just a homie. It's like I call me EU bro, right? So he pitched me this idea, and I was like, all right, this sounds ridiculously complicated, but with Nest Ball, everything's possible. Yeah, everything's possible. Right?
Nest Ball's so good.
So
The balance.
yeah, I went for more like a Solgaleo, and then you use it to control the game state. And you can load up energy onto it or Scizor. If they're playing Volcanion, you have Lapras in the deck with a bunch of water energy, because most of the attackers can afford like one colorless. Well, Solgaleo can. Scizor and them, you're SOL. So, like you use Lapras to fight the Volcanion, and if their hand isn't ridiculous, then you can use Solgaleo's ability to make Lapras retreat and go to something else and then retreat back into Lapras. But hopefully you just get 2 Lapras up by the time you use Solgaleo and get a bunch of water energy down, Ninja Boy into it, I don't care, stuff like that. So it was a really, really cool concept. Didn't work out so well against Turbo Dark. They didn't really give a shit. They were just like, alright.
I saw Solgaleo a few times in Turbo Dark. Cool. That was fun.
120. So
I think Chip's been playing it on his stream a lot, but with dragons, and I think that's a really interesting build.
Yeah, that'd be Trainer Chip over at youtube.com/Trainer Chip and his Twitch TV, which we also partnered to do an article together for the Sun and Moon buy list. That you can find on our someone'spc.com. But
yeah, that it's actually a really cool list because it plays Salamence, so you have the regulation on Turbo Dark and Volcanion, and then you still cover the Mega Decks with Giratina. And you can just excel the DC or the DDEs off of Solgaleo. It's pretty cool.
So it's like
you
Soulbox?
Kind of, but it's just straight dragon. And you can, if you really want that extra element of control,
Mhm.
you can play like Alolan Muck in it because you don't have to play tools because you can just use ultimate or Ultra Road to retreat him if he gets last handed up. And it gives you that extra control element versus Volcanion, so they can't like super beast on you.
Spicy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of crap though. Did he lose?
it is,
I
but
mean,
Been losing some crap
I,
hands.
I have I haven't personally played with it yet,
Mhm.
but I've watched Chip play with it enough times now that it seems viable.
I lost to a deck today that like straight up played Darkrai, Solgaleo, and some dragons,
Yeah,
and it got 4 DDs out in one turn because I couldn't regulate every single what's his name? Like was it Cosmog?
Cosmog, the
yeah.
purple dude.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
So did
I just thought
it play Metal Energy or Rainbow?
no, it just played it just played Dark Energy.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Metal? Like
It had to play Metal
Rainbow,
Energy.
excuse me.
It
Rainbow,
had
it
to
had
play
Rainbow, excuse me.
something to get
That's
It
it.
had
Solgaleo to
Rainbow,
take off.
Dark.
It's a takeoff of one of the Japanese lists that got leaked.
Oh, leaked. Ugh.
Yeah, you want to call it? Yeah.
95% of those are garbage lists. The concepts though are amazing. That's why I want to party with them.
Yeah.
Like I saw one dude, he had Umbreon Gallade. My heart melted. I was like, oh, please, don't do this. So, I assume this deck plays Tyrantrum.
Yes,
So
it does
cool.
at least too.
I forgot that it had that.
Because dude, you can hit with Solgaleo once for 320 or for 230, and then you just set up your despair or what is it? Despotic Fang or whatever is the name of the attack, or is that the ability?
No, that's the ability. His attack is
Okay.
it's pissed off. It's Chris.
Yeah, he's got
what was his
angry-
attack, dude?
I'm
But anyway,
googling it right now, actually.
You hit for 190 and then 210 with Kukui, and it's just
Oh
like
man, this is bothering me.
Is it Despotic Fang? It could be that. No, I feel like that's the ability. There's something angry.
Dragon Impact.
That's yeah. So yeah, you drag an impact for 190 or 210 with it, and then you're like, all right, I've still got Salamence back here to control you with, and I only need 1 DDE on him, so let's party, bro.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
You lose really bad
Okay.
to Enhance Hammer, but everyone's dropping that for some reason.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if you can capitalize on it, so I'll say Solgaleo might not be the best card, but it's definitely the most interesting card to come out of Sun and Moon.
I can agree with that. I really like Solgaleo.
Yeah.
And what it's presenting. I feel like we haven't caught on to it yet. You know? It's
the
out there.
optimal
It's
build
out
isn't
there.
out there.
Someone
Yeah.
on Verbank probably came up with the idea, built it like shit, and we're all like snickering to ourselves. Sees crappy Solgaleo there.
It's so good.
Screenshotting it, sending it to their friends. The heck is this?
It's like I love this concept. We need to build on it.
That's
Yeah.
how I felt when I found a couple of our ideas. Donphan this. I saw really bad Donphan Trev lists online. I was just like, this isn't what we need it for.
It's kind of like how we feel about Waterbox right now.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of bad Waterbox lists going out there.
Yeah. So that's what you've been on, right, Chris? Because you're writing an article on it very soon.
It's not like it's. I think it's like pretty high up there, but I think the way it's working out right now is that with all the confusion with Sun and Moon, like there's a lot of things up in the air. But as you said before, Volcanion kind of regulates a lot of things, so I really feel that Waterbox is a good call if built correctly.
Yes. But I will say most high level players or people that can actually think just haven't performed at that level. They
Jesus.
pretty much say you don't get the most out of Lapras and Waterbox because you don't have a 2 energy attack, right? And so
I mean,
people are like, oh, Quaking Punch, it's not the same without item lock. I mean, obviously, literally, it's not the same without item lock because there's no item lock, right? But you have collect. You know?
Oh my God, Collect's so
Why do you
good.
need to punch when you can just collect? You can collect some happiness. Draw into your Kukui. So, I think the way people approach playing the deck or building it is weird because there's so many things they try to do with it. Guys that are locals tried using EXP share. I took his deck and threw it across the room. Don't need that crap. Fighting Fury Belt's really good in it, and I don't know. I feel like you need Tauros 2,000%.
Oh, Tauros is so good.
Really, really like Tauros, and
there's your 2 energy attacker right there.
yeah, he's angry. Like he regulates Turbo Dark.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Articuno help win the Turbo Dark matchup.
Yeah.
From what I've been testing, and then as well as Nabil. So shout out to him and his family, cool kids. So yeah, they've been doing their own testing on their side and like throwing me a bunch of different decks. And then we were talking about like Tauros, and we were talking about this and Articuno, and I don't know. I think the deck's solid. It's pretty good. Yeah. I don't know if I like Regice still, but it does box out, like, you know, those mega decks that people keep trying to force.
I mean, because like if you're choosing, like I think Glaceon might be better because Glaceon helps against Mega and GX decks.
And Chris, you hated Glaceon before Marc talked you out of it, right?
Well, Marc reminded me about a GX card being evolutions. It's like, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Who's playing Vespi now? I don't know, man. They're all just evolving to their GX. Dude, exactly. I don't know why we need this Glaceon.
It's like, oh.
Down, and he's like, look at this list. And he's like, I don't like the Regice. And I was like, I don't either. He's like, I don't like the Glaceon. And I was like, are you insane?
I had no argument. I was like, you know what? I don't
believe you.
I was being extremely dumb. and I just I just faded away in the argument. I was like, you know what? No excuse here. I was like, I just overlooked it completely.
Yeah.
But everything else about the list is pretty much the same from before, except for the tech that Chris wants to add in. But we'll talk about that in his article instead of...
I think it's pretty good.
It's not like you have to pay for Chris's article anyway. You'll be fine. Just enjoy it. Watch him revel in it. What I do with everyone's ideas in the team, and Dylan does this to me. We all do it to each other, right? We try to pretty much bring down each other's ideas as much as we can. Like when you have an idea, we try to like shoot it down in every way possible. And if we keep shooting it down and it still sounds like somewhat 50-50 or could make sense, then we start testing it. We're like, well, all right, we'll allow it. Like, I'm testing this, I'm testing this, I'm testing this. I'm like, all right, I don't. And then they start explaining. You're like, okay, we'll test it. I'll give it, a solid hour. It deserved 30 minutes of my time.
This is why I don't talk, because it's like the most soul-crushing thing ever. I'm like, no,
great, dude.
I'm just going to talk about my deck at the tournament, so I only have a half an hour to bash it instead of 5 weeks.
That's not fair. Dude, it's all for you.
I know.
Okay, so we're gonna be progressive. Keep moving on. Marc, you wrote an article on Passimian. Everyone thinks the deck is crap, and I think the deck is. It's not crap. It's not a sweet tart, right? But it's it's somewhere in there.
I think it's tier 2.
You think it's tier 2? You think it's a lifesaver?
Let me say this. All right, let me say this. Passimian is not a bad deck, and it's not a good deck, but it's a great deck in the right meta.
Okay.
Okay, so you described every deck.
No.
In the current format, except for Turbo Dark.
It's legit in a meta that has any sort of presence from Umbreon or Darkrai. If even just 15% of your meta is Umbreon or Darkrai,
and Tauros.
Yeah,
sleeping on Tauros.
You take 2 rounds off of that, and then from there, it's like everything else is legitimately 50-50, except for Lurantis and Decidueye.
Because grass.
Well, just because of their HP in relation to how hard they can hit you in return, and the fact that they are both either paired with Vileplume or Garbodor.
Okay.
That's true. But yeah, I was about to say that's why we run Burst Balloon, but if it's the Vileplume version.
Right, exactly. Then you're just still kind of bumped. And like I explained it in the article, like I talked to Greg about it before I wrote the article, and thank God I did, because he really just brought to the forefront to me like how bad the Lurantis matchup is, because like no matter how much you hit them for, it's almost impossible for you to one-shot them because they shut off your Mew with Garbodor. And then they just heal it right back off, and they knock you out instantly with the 120.
That's if they're running the Garb version.
Well, yeah, but if they're running Vileplume, then it's still hard because you can't put the burst balloon down, and then they just heal up.
That deck is basically Gyarados
Yeah,
without the stadium necessity
And without the evolutions.
and
and that's
without the bad typing.
that's the other thing. Like I was running Faded Town in mine, which I still think is good as long as Megas are good. Which right now Mega Ray is a really good call, so I still think Faded Town is right. But
How
if
much
they,
HP does it have again?
how much?
How much HP does it have?
He has 220.
All right, just checking.
But if Megas go away, then you run something like Parallel or Skyfield in place of, and I think the deck does benefit from Skyfield. I just think that Faded Town is better for that right now.
Solid.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't remember much else. The deck is pretty linear, but
Yeah,
It's fun though. Like
It's good. It's fun.
It's fun and simple.
Hold on.
I won't be
Stick-
playing that shit at regionals though.
It's great for a league challenge or a league cup. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Stop playing Revive in it, people. Buddy Buddy is better because you can get the Shaman back. End of
Some
this.
people aren't even playing Shaman from what I've been seeing. They've been playing good old trusty monkey. Orangaru.
I'll take the setup for 6 over the what is it? Instruct for 3 any day. Yeah,
Instruct?
that's the name of the.
I mean-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So with that, Sky Return can set up some good stuff for you.
I just call it monkey
exactly.
thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like you can set up good numbers, but Oranguru can hit pretty hard too if you need to. Anyway,
Moving past this stupid monkey that I hate, flings melons. Umbreon. Lordy, there's so many decks with Umbreon. Like, there's Turbo Umbreon Dark. There's Umbreon Hammers. Umbreon with Yveltal. Umbreon on its own. Umbreon Toolbox. Umbreon Garbodor. Umbreon Alolan Muck.
Just straight
Yeah,
Umbreon.
it's just straight
Umbreon straight.
sturdiness.
you missed the best one.
Umbreon Tauros.
Umbreon Tauros?
Umbreon Zoroark is legit.
Oh, I know that much. That's that was on the Japanese tier list. It was one of the leaked lists.
So good.
Yeah. Wimbles actually really likes that.
Yeah, dude, you can foul play someone else's GX attack, or you like imagine like someone hitting you with their Tauros, and you're like, okay, cool, evolve, foul play, Mad Bull, good game, bro.
I really don't want to run Giratina in this tournament. I really don't. There's so many decks that are like. So once I got my DCE down, I'm gonna do this. I'm like, yeah, no, can't have it. Can't have any of that, child.
Yeah, that's why you play Solgaleo.
So, with so many decks out there and way too much time to talk about, like it would take way too much time to discuss them. You think, Mark, the Zoroark one's the best by far?
Right now, yeah, I'm convinced that Zoroark's the best version.
Okay, Chris, have you tested against it much or with it at all?
I mean, against Umbreon? I mean,
yeah. Well, like, what have you seen it in that you actually?
I've tested. I tested against it. It's been mostly in Darkrai and Yveltal.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it a lot paired with Tauros.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Umbreon on its own has been pretty underwhelming. I mean, I've been testing a lot with Water Box, but so Strafe doesn't do anything, and then the second attack doesn't do much either because I just heal any damage they set up away. So like I think it's just kind of it's okay, but that's just because of the matchup that I've been playing.
Mm-hmm. I think it feels like it should be doing more than what it does. Does that make sense? Like when you guys have it in game and you like finally make one, you're like 90-30. You know, it still feels like there's more missing. Like there's more missing from it. There could be the ability from Dark Cloak, like maybe it's necessity upon Floatstone to get out, or like to paint to retreat, or the fact that we don't have Dark Patch, or like you can't elixir to it. When you can, it's when it's an EV, but at that point you're dedicating 3 energy instead of a 1 plus a DCE.
Yeah,
I think
it's weird because like it's something you should be Y-cycling to anyways.
I think the missing piece is Assault Vest there, because it has the 20 extra over Darkrai. So when you have the assault vest on it, that's where it makes up like the big difference in like where you think you're missing something.
Yeah, I included assault vest in my list and then discussed it
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of the time. In those matchups when it matters, it really matters, and the matchups it doesn't. I also don't like the hammers build. Feel the same. I think I just don't like crushing hammer.
I don't like relying on flips
Yeah.
at all.
If crushing hammer just said like play 2 of these at one time, discard energy, cool with me. I'd play it. Like,
Yeah.
I need that guarantee.
That'd be balanced.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, so Umbreon's still good. You guys think the Zoroark, Yveltal? I think it's awful in Darkrai Turbo. Personally, I think it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. And on its own, with some like toolbox, maybe someone's gonna find the partner with it that's not Zoroark. You know, like the Flareon, Jolteon, Vaporeon thing, just to like box the meta out. But I'll personally need more time testing with it in my hands in order to get a solid opinion on how I think it'll be working in the meta. What's next? Decidueye. In standard, absolute flop, right?
Terrible.
No one's liking it. I haven't seen one
I like-
enjoy it.
I like the concept.
I
The
saw
closest.
the closest thing was Tauros Decidueye.
Yeah.
I think
Tauros.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
was
probably,
was it Tauros Trev Decidueye?
yeah, with
No.
like one
Yeah,
Trev.
one Trev.
Trying to do
Yeah.
other stuff, so like lock them active.
It's not good though.
You don't like it?
The Decidueye is like the epitome of clunk. It feels like it
It
should
is.
because you have forest and you're like, oh, I'll just like herp derp a bunch of balls, turn 1, and get down 2. Never works out that way, and then you get end into like just the shit hand every time, and you're like, well, now I'm just gonna sit here and do nothing. And by the time I'm hitting you for like 2 or 3 feather arrows in a turn, you've already taken 4 prizes.
I mean, it's also because you're forced to play a suboptimal stadium.
I don't think it's a sub. I don't think it's.
Well, I mean, suboptimal like in forms of control. Like now you're forced to like play
So yeah,
plants instead of.
Silent Lab and Parallel City put in work in this format, and then now you're like, oh, I got a forest. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's there.
I can agree to that. All right.
I agree with the falling behind in prizes by the time you get going kind of thing though.
Yeah.
Are you guys playing Timer Ball? I felt like Timer Ball on my list was absolutely ridiculous and probably helped with a lot of clunk hands.
See, I think it's underwhelming,
Timer Ball.
but that's just because I do not trust flips at all. Like I understand that it should equal out to like, what does it equal out like math wise to like 1.5 like Pokemon per ball played basically, but it never works that way for me ever. It's always double tails, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'd rather just play like increased counts of like level or because level can still get the Dartrix because he has 80 HP, so I'd rather just play that.
You don't run the Shinotic?
No,
Shinotic.
Genetic is not worth the 2 slots in any grass deck to me at all. Lurantis Vileplume, Decidueye, none of that. Genetic is just so terrible. 2 spots can go to so many better cards.
It's too fast right now. Once the front slows down, it'll be good.
That's different, but right now it's so bad.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I haven't included many of my lists that I've been playing out. We're gonna leave expanded for another time, but I will say this: after some testing and after some talks in our deck garage with most of our subs, because there's like four deck submissions for Toad Decidueye, and I was like, fine, give me this one. Talking again. Like actually went and started testing. Yeah, not going good. Necessity on Floatstone just because I opened the Owl is no bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Doesn't feel good.
You run in a water box, you think it'd be a good matchup, but then they just put Rough Seas down and clear your damage. Then they can attack with Manaphy. I've been attacking with Manaphy a lot.
Against Toad Decidueye?
I guess. Oh, if we're going to expand it,
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Oh, excuse me. I thought we were still talking about. I was like, what the fuck?
That's reaction.
So.
Pardon. I'm actually testing water boxes as you speak in
Yeah.
standards.
But I don't know. I think Toadbats is fine. Much more consistent.
I like it better, yeah.
You get everything you needed done. I think some of the GXs might have a chance in expanded, but we're leaving that
Yeah, we'll leave
for
that for
St.
context.
Louis. So we're gonna party off of that now before we talk anymore. Let me go through my hat. Gumshoes, still good. I don't care what anyone says. Holy crap, juicy.
I like the Gumshoes mill decks that have been popping up.
What are you talking
They're
about?
they're pretty. Oh, you haven't seen these?
People always try this childish technique. Just play the game.
Dude, it's
Play
legit.
Play to win.
It's legitimately like a cool deck.
Keep playing,
Gumshoes
Russ.
Houndoom?
Some people are playing it that way, but a lot of people are just playing like Gumshoes Bunnelby, and it's legit. Like, it's really legit.
That's whack,
Like,
dude.
you
That's
just check
whack.
their hand, and then like you have like tech supporters like Delinquent or Team Skull Grunt and stuff like that, and then you just Bunnelby them to death, and it's fantastic. And you just check their hand every turn, and you just get rid of what you need to get rid of. You play like a couple of red cards or whatever if you want to. I like it. It's cool.
They really want me to play Volcanion.
Marc just loves
This
red
is what I
cards.
gotta hear. They really want me to play Volcanion.
Yeah.
It's childish. Alright. Gumshoes is good. Espeon sucks. I think he's good.
I think Espeon's real good.
Alright. I think Divide GX
But-
is okay, but I don't know who to partner with. Like he can't carry the loader on its own. He's not Superman.
Right. Let me hit you with this. Okay.
Okay.
Vespiquen is his partner.
What the?
I'm serious.
Okay, go ahead.
Because early game with Vespiquen, because you don't have Battle Compressor, you have to settle for 2 shots. Well, instead of settling for 2 shot, you just Lysander a second person and bop him. When you can finally take your one shot, you take it, and then you Espeon GX for the other two EX prize knockouts.
How'd I fit in Psychic Energy?
You just play like 3. That's all you need to play.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's not bad.
Oh, it's awful.
It's so good.
What if I Sycamore away on turn 1?
Dude, you got Super Rod.
Do I though?
I'm just saying. I think it's that can be a legit like good deck strategy that needs
Okay.
to be explored.
Alright, fine, we'll explore it. I mean, I don't see me using any other GX attack in that deck, right? Besides Tauros.
Right. But outside of that, I don't think Espeon's good in any other deck.
Okay. Someone posted Espeon Alakazam. We're talking about it.
Oh.
Like, stop! Don't do this to me. Come on, man! Don't do this to me.
Spoons.
I was like really confident on playing like a good meta deck or a good idea. Come Anaheim, then they're gonna throw spoons at me. Tempt me. Blah 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 blah. I'm holding everything in my hand. Incineroar. Stop.
Yeah, no.
Stop. Lunala?
Uh,
I haven't tested. I tested once and I hated it.
Yeah, it's too much dark right now for it to be. I think it has the potential to be busted, but it's going to be one of those that takes a long time for people to figure out how to bust it.
In time, my child, you have your turn.
I'm definitely not the one to bust it.
Yeah. Okay, so going into like near the end of our video, I guess now. Is the meta shifting drastically, and what do you guys feel like is falling out of your current testing? I personally think Greninja died.
oh, definitely Greninja.
Super gone.
Greninja's bad.
HP's too
Yeah.
HP's too high.
Yeah.
Way too high.
Vespiquen still here. Mega Ray's still here. Mguardy's still here. Mewtwo's kind of on the fence for me right now. I don't like it against Umbreon. You can get trapped way too much with its Dark Call GX. Like you take a knockout, they're sitting trying to build up a Mewtwo. Dark Call, laugh at your face. They have resistance, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's wonky for me. Turbo Dark is still best deck in the format for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't moved.
I think Abelto makes a comeback, though.
I agree. I think I think all the moves, everything's been made. It's gonna get some chance to come back.
Yep.
I see Alolan Muck making moves, man.
He does.
I don't know why, but I'm gonna make it work.
He's solid.
I'll find a way. And he's a fatty. 4 retreat, lordy. But think about how many times you can get it online without needing the float. And your opponent's gonna go, oh, I can go for a Lysander play here.
Well,
So what?
That's the thing with Greninja falling out. You only need to counter basics. So Muck is like the superior call right now.
What other mega or whatever abilities?
That's what I'm saying. It's Volcanion, Alolan Muck. Shaman, Alolan Muck. Like Hoopa, Alolan Muck.
That's true. It's a juicy turn, too.
Every Pokemon that Mega Guardy plays that has abilities, Alolan Muck.
Mm-hmm.
So
let me go take a look at our tier list for the current standard format. That's all at top. Mega Ray, Rainbow Road. Oh, Rainbow Road.
That could make it. People are trying to make a comeback. I don't know.
I forgot about that. I did run into that, and I got kind of scared. I was like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Chris
it might.
About Rainbow Road.
But actually, HP is actually pretty high to hit numbers on that too.
Yeah. No, I'm not. It's not bad. I don't.
Even with Kukui, like, what are you gonna do?
I don't like the inconsistencies of it.
I don't either. I've given up.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, and the Lily build I've been preaching is testing out fantastically. The 3 Lily, 3 N, 3 Sycamore, 1 Kukui has been doing work. Like, turn 1 Lilies all the time. It was like Ultra Ball, boom, boom, skip to Shaman, go for 8. And then Shaman's there during the mid to late game just because Lily instead of Sycamore.
See, I've been testing like 4-2-2.
Really?
Yeah.
On what?
I
hate playing so much Sycamore, man.
I don't disagree. I'm not saying that you're.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tried your way yet, is what I'm saying. So, for all I know, I could play that, and it could be like the coming of God. I could be like, oh.
You feel end proof. You feel end proof, dude.
Okay. All I know is
like
the 3
to 2. You just look at them like, I'm gonna draw Lily off this. So don't even get mad when it happens. You just draw.
Yeah.
You just show them the card. You don't even look at it.
Good.
I was doing this during testing. I was like, watch this. Bang. Lily draw to 6. Like, it's not fair. It was like Dark Energy. EXP share, top card Lily. Like, stop. Get out of my face, man.
Like, thanks for playing.
Yeah. Appreciate your time, man. I'm always here to do it. Oh, and it actually won me the game when Sycamore would have lost me the game because I had 4 cards left in deck. And I needed I drew 2 of them. And had it been a Sycamore, I would have decked out. I was like, oh, that's that situational stuff, man. But
that's cute. Okay.
Super hilarious. Format's gonna get a lot better upon rotation. I feel it. Feel it in my bones. Elixir is starting to feel super, super cancerous towards the format. Like, what it's doing doesn't help. You know? If they can rotate generations on, that'd be fantastic.
I don't think
Breakpoint sucks. I don't need that in my life. Yeah. Any other decks you guys can think of that we're leaving out?
For standard? I mean, we didn't really talk about this. Like, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's like a legit contender?
I'm scared of Volcanion.
Yeah.
If you are not scared of Volcanion, Lurantis is very, very good.
Okay. Yeah.
The exact build, I have no idea. Like what I'm gonna grind out to, but.
Right. I realized we didn't talk about it much, so I want to kind of get it in because I know it's like kind of fringe popular right now.
Yeah, I don't like the Plume or the Garbodor build. I think you just let them do their thing.
I think Garbodor is better than Plume, but I don't know if I feel confident enough to take it into a tournament that's 9 rounds.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Orlando, I saw Volcanion 5 times, and Georgia, I saw Volcanion once.
Well, I think you'll see a heavy uptick in Volcanion because people are expecting the Lurantis and Decidueye IBS, and because
it's the West Coast, though. They haven't seen a standard format in forever, so
that's true.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, just like Georgia likes their Mega Ray, you know.
Yeah.
We gotta analyze the peoples. I think there's gonna be a lot more Turbo Dark in Yveltal than there would be Volcanion. Well,
yeah, I was gonna say Yveltal's real popular in the West.
Yeah, but I don't think either of those take a L to Lurantis. They're pretty much 50-50.
Yeah, agree.
But Cool. That's been 35 minutes. That's actually a pretty good video.
Solid.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was quick.
Yeah. Any last minute notes before we get into testing for the weekend that you guys wanted to go over? Like any last minute thoughts that you want to just tell our viewers, let the people know?
Oh gosh.
No? Like, what are you guys testing? I'm still on Palkia.
I'm obvious.
I'm gonna figure out my Palkia Primarina list for my article on Tuesday.
I mean, I can't really say anything about testing because all mine's going to be expanded because I'm not going to Anaheim.
Yeah.
And I really don't even know if I'm going to Collinsville, but we'll see.
Gosh, no, it should be guaranteed by now.
Job.
Yeah. How dare you?
Yeah.
Chris, you? Same water box stuff?
So still playing water box just because article. I do want to test for expanded. Still not sure what I want to play there. There's like a lot of things I want to explore, but I mean, we'll see. I'll wait and see. I need some inspiration here. I'm not really getting much.
For expanded or for standard?
For both. I mean,
Well, you don't have any standard tournaments to go to, right?
I mean, I'll have some like league challenges, but that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I hit some challenges the next, not this weekend, but the next two.
I mean, I'll take those. I don't mind having those to like pick up and play around with. So
Makes sense.
we'll see.
For me, testing out a supporter line again, fixating on a deck, and trying to make Gallade work in some Kasada fashion. I think Gallade's getting slept on right now, and I gotta bring my buddy back in the depths. He probably won't have auxiliary next to him because it doesn't feel necessary, and I don't feel like auto-lossing when I run into a Garbodor deck. You know,
Mhm.
it's a whole new format. It's a whole new world. But shout out to our sponsors over at Ultimate Guard. You guys are beast, and send us some juicy, gear. I guess I would say gear. Yeah. We've got new things coming down for someone's PC, which we hope to debut at St. Louis. So that's gonna be super exciting. I think all our hoodies look amazing. So I'm hyped about that.
I think everyone thinks that.
Yeah, I really like our hoodies.
I don't mean to be cocky, but
That's pretty beast. And yeah, shout out to all of our Elite PC members. If you are a member, we really, really appreciate it. And we've even had times where people were like unsubbing, you know, just because like they don't feel like playing anymore. Or they run tight on money that month, and their message just like, just so you know, I love your guys' content. I just can't afford it anymore. I was like, you're fine, dude. I understand. like we do treat this very, very seriously, but it is a hobby, and we understand people don't absolutely need to have paid articles in their life and stuff. But it's just pretty cool seeing everyone appreciate our work and what we do.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it is like that.
It is like that, but all the members, we try to help out, and we keep trying to explore new ways to provide better content. So luckily our deck garage is out there, and a few people are taking advantage of it. So that's really, really good. It's kind of time consuming, but in a fun way, you know. Like you're sitting there typing, and I was like, yeah, I'm give this dude the one, give him the one-on-one, give him the old training session thing. So thanks again, guys, and thanks for logging into someone's PC.
Thanks.